What is up YouTube, it is Matty, and yes, we are going in for a live clan war attack, and it's going to be a shattered Laloon this time. And I am hitting pretty low in the war just because it's a base that's not called and I need to get my attack out the way. I think it's very similar to a base I use currently actually. If you look at that base and then look at my... oh, wrong one. If you look at that base and then look at my normal base, it's sort of the same in a way, a little bit modded, but I suppose I'll go through what I'm going to do and how I've sort of developed my attack, and it's pretty straightforward. In order to get two ADs and the Queen, the obvious sort of attack angle is almost in through sort of like 1 o'clock sort of thing. Because these two ADs will be in range, the Queen will pull the troops into between them, and there's an expo there as well. So all the wizard towers are in range of the air defences, which is great. So when the hounds are over the air defences, the wizard towers will be... basically, everything's going to be shooting, everything's going to be distracted and should allow my loons to run free. So what my plan is, see this cross section here? I'll be able to put a jump spell there, 2 golems down, one on the corner up here, one on the corner here, so that when the jump spell hits, they both redirect. While that's happening, the mortar will be shooting the golem, and then I'll be free to drop a wizard sort of up by, let's say, the army camp maybe up here, and then I'll be able to drop another wizard up by the barracks over here, and then maybe a third wizard just sort of in the middle up here to help clear those 2 buildings there, because then my queen and my king will be forced to go inwards. Now I've got to wait for the golems to get in, so that when the CC are pulled, and basically when the golems get onto the wizard tower, then the CC pull will start, and I'll be able to let the king sort of go in. So I'll pretty much wait till after that king's dropped before I do that. What I'm going to quickly do as well is go into my settings and turn my kick notification off. I'd advise doing it if you've got a messaging app that you regularly use while you're doing attacks, because the most annoying thing in the world is you're trying to concentrate on doing an attack and it happens, and people are messaging you. So lightning spell for the CC. If there's a witch in there, I've got to wait until the lightning spell's right on the sort of the witch's head. If there's a dragon in there, it's a waste of a lightning, which is annoying, but hey ho. So once all that part of it's done, of the raid, and because the ADs are close together, you're going to get both, especially with my heroes. The expos there, so I can take those 3 down, and pretty much a couple of defences as well. The Laloon part should be relatively easy, so I'm going to send a hound in sort of from by the lab to swoop across by the mortar into the arch tower into the air defence. Couple of loons on the mortar, probably 3 loons on the arch tower over here, and then another 2 loons on another 3 loons on the mortar over here. So it's basically going to be sending 6, maybe even a couple more, and I might thinking about it, I might take that air defense down, arch tower down at the start of the raid, because that I need my troops to get into the air defense as quick as possible, really. I don't know if I want to do that. No, I'll be okay. I need my hounds to pop anyway, so that'll be fine. So I'll send 1 hound in from the sort of the mortar, 1 hound in from here, and the 3rd hound I will sort of drop close to the gold mine over here to sort of swoop in the defense, and then I'm going to save a couple of loons for the back end as well. So it should be quite a smooth attack, should be quite neat. Let's go and have a quick look at the army and make sure everything's good on that side before we go in. So in my CC I've got a hound. In my army camps, let's go. 2 hounds, 2 golems, 5 wizards for the creating the pathway, and I'll only use 3 and save 2 for the cleanup. 16 loons, quite a good amount considering I've got 3 hounds as well. And on spells, 2 rage, a jump, and a lightning. All pretty uniform, pretty standard, and it's time to go in and see if we can take this guy down. Okay. Getting into the mindset. Thinking about where I'm going to place my rage spell. I'm probably going to place one sort of just to the left of the air defense to cover over the expo, sort of the air defense down here by the cannon, and the second one we'll see. Okay, so I'm getting ready now. Let's go. Golems in. Wizard 1, Wizard 2, Wizard 3, Queen. Sort of creating the pathway in now. Jump spell getting ready. Jump spell down. Need the golems to sort of redirect in, which they are. Here we go. Dropping the king in now to help go in. Watching what's coming out the CC carefully. We have got the witch, so we're going to have to be careful on the deployment here. There the lightning spell goes sort of straight on the witch's head. Going to use King's ability now to help him go do his thing. We've got an expo down. We've got one air defense about to go down. I think it's going pretty well so far. I'm going to wait just to make sure I get what I need to get taken down. Queen on the 1 AD now. King should take the other one down in a moment, so I'm getting ready with the CC here. There it goes. Hound in. 2 loons. Second hound in. 3 loons. Another 3 loons over here. Queen ability. Rage spell over the loons to help drag them in towards the expo. 2 loons over here. 2 loons over here. I might drop an extra loon in over here to come and help up. Second rage, so I'll need to bring my loons into the hounds. It's going pretty well so far. Loon over here. It's pretty much done, this raid now. Looking at it, I don't think there's anything that can stop me. I'm going to use the loons and wizards for cleanup. I'll use 1 over here, 1 over here. Loon, loon, loon. Job done. So it's a pretty clean raid. I mean, when you've got a base that's this easy, you can get 2 air defences down, you can get an expo down, then you're pretty much set, really, if you can get that part of it done, especially when all the defences are in range of the hounds. I don't think I've got any hounds that have survived, which is perfect. If I haven't, I'll have to rewatch the raid and have a look and see, and let's analyse how it went. My heroes are kind of overpowered, so it just worked. Let's see if I got any... Matty in, there you go, good luck, good luck. He's going to wreck it. 3 cleanup loons. Yeah, kind of overpowered, but I needed it a bit of a confidence booster, to be honest, based on my previous attacks. Let's watch how it went. So the two golems worked, and the strategic sort of wizards, they worked perfectly as well, because look at the buildings that went down, and it was just a sort of nicely placed, created a lovely path in for the golems, the queen. They weren't going to deviate. The king, as soon as I dropped him, he was ready. I waited for the golems to be targeted before I sort of dropped the king, and now he's going in, so he can be untouched. So you watch the health of the king by the time the CC are getting targeted. And he's good. Look, most of CC dead now. Did it kill the witch? Yes, it did kill the witch as well. That's perfect. Queen killed the expo, and I've got I'm in a lovely position now where I've got both heroes on full health. Queen ability I didn't even need, and I was watching. You sort of, when I started the La Luna part of the raid, I sort of realised you have to keep a second eye on the queen to make sure she's not dying, because she will die eventually if she's just left to it. So at the moment on the raid, the 2 air defences are down, so I'm just doing the loon drop. I'm watching the queen. Now you can see the arch tower targeted her. I didn't sort of know what was going on. I saw the queen low on health, used the ability, there it goes. Look, get the arch tower off her, but I'm already looking at the rest of the raid and how we're going to go. Third hound's going in, look. My loons took a while to get to the air defence, which is actually kind of good, because it just gave my loons chance to get in, and both hounds popped. And then the third hound, if we look at that as well now, I'm sure that's going to go down any second, and perfect timing. So because I didn't create the pathway at the start, which I was almost considered, and because I bought 3 hounds, which is kind of 3 hounds is kind of powerful for 2 air defences, I wanted them to sort of just make sure I was going to get it, make sure they were going to pop, sorry. So I was kind of overpowered on cleanup troops as well. It's kind of a really easy base. I'm starting to get the strategy down a little bit, but it's I suppose I wanted to just I wanted to see myself wreck a base for this one, because I did need a bit of a confidence boost, and I did need to bring 3 stars home for the clan as well. So I know I'm hitting low. Don't hold that against me too much, please, guys. But look, a lot of bases have been 3-starred at top here. I was the fail on number 8, and number 7 was already called. So by the time these bases up here were called as well, so a lot of the cleanups are already called, and this base just no one had called at all for the first attack. So I thought, just take it down, easy job. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this raid, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.